In this video, we are continuing our Quiz 5 review, and we'll talk about negation, converse, and the contrapositive. So this first example says, let P be the proposition, let's get an appetizer or dessert. And this is an inclusive or. Write the negation of P, or not P, in simple English. So I want to have you pause the video and try this on your own, but before I do, let me just clarify that when I say in simple English here, this is the proposition, not P. I want to do more than just add the word not in here. So do more than simply add the word not. So there may be a way, once we negate this statement, to simplify it and really put it in the simplest possible form in English, and that's what I'm looking for. So pause the video for 1 minute to try this on your own. 4, 3, 2, 1, pause it and try this for a minute. Alrighty, so hopefully you did that. Hopefully you paused it and tried it for about a minute. So we're trying to form the statement not P, or the negation of P. And when this is saying that this is an inclusive or statement, let's get an appetizer or a dessert, that means either we could get an appetizer or we could get a dessert, or both of them. So if I want to negate that, what would have to happen is we would have to get neither of them. So I would write that as, let's not get an appetizer. Let's not get an appetizer. And not get a dessert. Not get a dessert. Not get a dessert. Okay, so I want to box that. So in general, the property that we're seeing here is that if we negate an or statement, the negation of A or B, that is equivalent to saying not A and not B. Alrighty. So next, I want to review some terminology. So recall that if we are given an implication of the form P implies Q, the converse is Q implies P, so it switches the orders of the proposition. The contrapositive is if not Q, then not P. And then finally the inverse is if not P, then not Q. And as we've seen before, the original statement is equivalent to the contrapositive, so these two are equivalent. And the converse and the inverse, they are contrapositives of each other, so they are equivalent. Alrighty, so next let's do an example. So this example says, let S be the proposition, all SCU students meet with an advisor. Part A says, convert S to an if-then statement. And then B says, write the converse of S. Okay, so collectively for this, I'm going to ask you to pause the video for 2 minutes to try these. 4, 3, 2, 1, pause it and try it for 2 minutes. If you're able to convert it to an if-then statement, then doing the converse hopefully should be pretty quick. Alrighty, so hopefully you did that. Hopefully you tried it for about 2 minutes. Let's talk about it together now. So if we think about what the statement is saying, all SCU students meet with an advisor. The way I would phrase that as an if-then statement is, if someone is an SCU student, if someone is an SCU student, then they will meet with an advisor. Then they will meet with an advisor. Oops. Advisor. And that's it. We've converted it to an if-then statement. And then part B says, well, write the converse of this. And that just means switch the if portion and the then portion. So that will give us if someone meets with an SCU advisor, then they are a SCU student. And that is the converse of S. So we have finished our Quiz 5 review. At this point, that was our only goal for this section, doing some practice problems to review for Quiz 5.